Everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of my F1 24 driver career mode. And today we are going to be taking on Formula 2 for the 3-race season prologue. Now without further ado, let's head straight into it, where we are choosing a number 73 as our driver number. And now we're off to the academies, and we have to choose which one we are going to be beginning our junior career with. We have Mercedes, we have Ferrari, Red Bull, Alpine, and McLaren. But I left it up to you guys to choose what team I would start with in F1. And you guys chose a team that does stem from the Mercedes Academy. So that is where we are going to be starting. And now on the F2 side, I am a Portuguese driver. So I thought Campos Racing would be the best decision since they are based in Spain. And it's almost the most realistic. But now without further ado, let's head straight into our first race of the season. So here we are on the grid. We have going to 5 red lights. We've managed to qualify on pole. Here we go. Lights are out and away we go. We are off to a pretty good start there, but Pourchaire is off to an even better start. He's going to have to tuck in behind us. Now he's going to the inside. We're going to hold the outside line. They are going to be diving down the inside. We're going to hold it around the outside. A bit of contact. Actually quite a bit, to be honest. But we managed to squeeze on through and hold onto that P1 position off the start lights and into T1. But now we just got to settle down, get our head down, and put in some very good laps and hopefully hold on to it. It is only a 5-lap race. I wanted them to be quick, sharp, and full of action. So we got to make the most of this. One little mistake and that could be us gone out of the points. Not even in the within like range of what you want to be if you are looking to move into Formula 1. But we have got off to a brilliant start in our opening race of our Formula 2 season. Well, here we are now, coming around the final corner of lap 2, coming on to lap 3, and we have put in a pole, but no, Hauger has put in an even quicker lap time, which just goes to show how much they are gaining and holding on to my rear end, to be honest. They are not shifting at all, and this is going to be a race right to the end. We've got our first objective as well, which is to achieve an average lap time of 1:42, which is pretty easy considering I've done a 41.4, so I don't think I have any problems with that. The main issue I'm facing now is Pourchaire and Hauger are going to be all over the back of me for these final 3 laps. Now we're crossing the line onto lap 4. We have managed to achieve our objective, but Hauger is coming in hot with DRS. We're going to have to pull to the inside. He gets past us, well beyond us, but we're going to send it back down the inside, not wanting to give up our position that easily with only 2 laps to go, and we managed to get the move done and hold him off, and we even have DRS, which is going to allow us to pull even further away as Hauger is dropping back into the claws of Pourchaire and Victor Martins in the back there. But now we're coming on to the final lap. Hauger is gaining, but he's not going to gain enough to make a move into T1. We go a little bit wide, and that's invited Hauger in. He's looking for an opportunity to take that front position, but he doesn't quite get it there. But now he has DRS. He's going to be all over the back. I pull to the inside, go defensive again, but then push over and squeeze him as we go back to the racing line. But then again, we go a little bit deep into that corner, and Hauger's back down there inside. And I'm looking in the mirrors, you can see him right there next to me. But again, he's going to be forced to back out of it and save his own race rather than risk it going for that position. But that there is going to be about it for the rest of the race. We have managed to go through and win our very first Formula 2 race.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friends. Well done.
So there you have it. What an opening race that was. But now that is behind us, and we move on to Austria, where again we have managed to qualify up front. But straight away, you may notice something. It is pouring rain, and we've got the super softs on. We've got the super softs on in the pouring rain. They gave us absolutely no option to choose the wet tire. And yeah, it's like we're on ice skates. Look at this T1. Look at me soaring at the wheel there, rocking it left and right to try and keep it going straight. And oh my word, it was like being an ice rink with shoes rather than ice skates. Like genuinely, it was all over the place. So straight away, you may notice that on the MFD, I put it to wets and I'm coming in. There is no way, even if I don't get back to first position, I would much rather have a bit of fun overtaking a bunch of people on the wet tires than win a race but have to be sketchy and sliding around every single corner. I just don't find that quite enjoyable. So I have decided I am going to come into the pits on the wet tire and hopefully have some fun sending it past people and overtaking them in every corner, left, right, center, having the overspeed on absolutely everybody. As you can see, the rear end is really sliding and slippery through there. But then at the end of that lap, we have a little bit of a drift coming into the pit lane there. And then we are going to switch to wet tires. And when we come out, wow, we are going to have an absolute task ahead of us. We are 13 seconds behind. 13. Now that is a monstrous number to gain back in a Formula 1 race with only 3 laps, or not even 2.5 laps to go. But you know what? I'm willing to take the risk. This is what it's all about. Taking that gamble on the pit stops in these situations. And it's on lap 4, coming up the kind of first straight, that we're going to absolutely dive bomb 2 cars. A little bit of a sketchy dive bomb on the second car there as we squeeze them out, but we get the move done. And you can just see the amount of grip we have in comparison to all the other drivers. They have absolutely no grip through the corners whatsoever. As we send another one back down the inside of another driver. And we are cruising. But I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get back up into P1 with only a lap and a half to go. As Novalak gives us a little bit of a challenge there. But we managed to hold him off. And we almost go straight into the back of Hauger. And what? Hauger's all the way back here. Hauger's all the way back in 18th. So even though we are taking this gamble and maybe won't get a win, Hauger, our main championship contender who came second in the last race, is not even in the points. He's not even featuring. So that just made me even happier during this gamble, because it means, you know, like, he's willing to take a gamble, have a bit of fun. Meanwhile, he's still stuck back there on the super softs and he's going nowhere as we overtake another driver, and we are flying in comparison to everyone else and having an absolute ball of fun as we dive bomb from generations back, and we go up another place into 14th, and we are on the final lap. And now I am realizing at this point there is no way I'm getting back to first, but if we can salvage some points, I will happily take that as we send an absolute another dive bomb down 2 drivers again, and we are absolutely just going for every single opportunity, whether it's kind of a little bit sketchy or it's not. We're just going for absolutely everything. And again, you can see I have the purple lap time, which is quite clear as we go again. Another move down Victor Martins, who was also up there in the last race, if you remember. So he is also a championship contender who is out of the points. But now we are making more moves. A little bit of a sketchy move down the inside of him here. He's still on our outside, but he manages to pull in behind us nice and safe. Very little contact. But then here, Leclerc holds us up a little bit more than I would have liked. A little bit of contact there on his rear, and then we pull to the outside. But he is going to somehow still have the straight line speed on us. So he's going to pull away a little bit into the second last corner, but we are going to absolutely dive bomb him. And then still have a really, really good run to maybe make a move on Fittipaldi. We pull to the inside, we make the move as well. And we make it stick with a little bit of contact. But that is us into P8, and that is all we're going to manage for this race. So not as good as the last one, but hey, we had a ton, or I definitely had a ton of fun during that one. But now, we move on to the final race of the season of our F2 Prologue in Abu Dhabi. Can I win the championship, or will I make some mistakes and lose it all to Hauger?
It's race day for our young drivers here in the United Arab Emirates, where the Yas Marina circuit is about to play host to the Abu Dhabi Formula 2 race. Let's get started.
So here we are on the grid, going to 5 red lights for the final race of this very, very short season. We've qualified 3rd, so not managed to maintain our front row 100% rate, but we are going to get off a pretty good start. And Martins and Deruvla holding that front line, so Hauger still again not quite up there. He's in 5th at the moment, so he is our main contestant, as Martins also didn't get any points in the last race. So yeah, it's going to be between Hauger and myself for this final race to see who wins the championship and takes the major trophy home with them. But now we go through the hairpin onto this long, long back straight. We're going to pull into the slipstream of Victor Martins and hopefully help him get him to help us drag us along and pull away for Iwasa. But then they are fighting. Daruvla and Victor Martins are going at each other already, and it's only the first lap as we almost go into the back of Martins and then make a bunch of contact there. Surprised there's absolutely no damage, because that was pretty heavy knock on the front wing and on his rear there. But you even see I checked with my engineer to see if there's any damage, but luckily there was none. So we go on in the race with not having to make a pit stop just yet. Thank goodness, because you shouldn't have to in a 5-lap race. But yeah, we go on to lap 2 where we are all over the back of Victor Martins, and we're going to absolutely send one down the inside. To be honest, there is a lot of space in that hairpin on the inside to go for a move there, just because of the way the shape of the apex and the kind of corner goes. But now we've got the task ahead of us of gaining on Daruvla, who's put in the quickest lap so far, but we are in a purple sector. And even my engineer knows as well, as he gives me the objective to overtake Daruvla before the final lap. So this is a real task ahead of us as we pull to the inside and go for the biggest dive bomb I have ever gone for. That is a ton of contact. He is still on the inside, but we have just overtaken him with a dive bomb from about 5 car lengths back, and we are up into P1. And I think that may have been a little bit of a questionable move there, but hey, we take it. It's our F2 Prologue. Doesn't matter too much, honestly. We're just going for the win. As long as we're not completely cheating, we're going for the win. But now you can see I've not had a great lap at all, with 2 yellow sectors, not improving in a single area of my lap. And going a little bit wide there, which is going to invite Daruvla back in, who's dropped a little bit behind, but he's still within fighting range. He's in DRS. And here we are on lap 4, holding the inside as Daruvla's going for the move around the outside. We'll give him a bit of a squeeze, hold the inside line. We go a little bit deep, but we managed to hold him off. But we are super slow, and this is the closest Daruvla's been to our rear the whole race, and he's got DRS. He is bound to make a move around the outside here. There's nothing I can do except hold the inside and maybe send it back down as he gets by. But we, again, like I said, just hold the inside, and there's nothing he can do but get out of it and slot in back behind us as we go a little bit wide over that curb, a little bit of a bumpy ride. But here we are on the final lap, the final chance for Daruvla to make a move. He sends it down the inside. We're going to have to go a little bit wide, give him the room, but inevitably we hold that chicane with the inside for the second part. He is going to be flying right on past us, but we're going to send it back down the inside with an absolutely audacious move. And he has no choice but to back out yet again as we hold the inside, go a little bit wide, but this could be it. There's not really another overtaking point. And have we done it? Have we managed to hold on to this first place and win ourselves our very first championship title in Formula 2, and maybe even give us a great chance to get into a good Formula 1 team and even impress with good recognition? Are we going to do it? I don't even know the points yet as we go around the final corner, and we are going to cross the line in P1. Have we done it? Have we?
Fantastic! Yes, come on, we've won it! We are the drivers' world champion! What a result! Enjoy this one, my friend, enjoy it! And so the celebrations begin, and well earned they are indeed. It might have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now. We have a new Formula 2 World Drivers' Champion.
So there you have it. I have managed to go through that F2 3-race short season and win the Drivers' Championship. And now we have the big decision ahead of us of which Formula 1 team do I join. And I left that up to you guys in my community posts, and 90% of you voted Williams. So that is where we're going to be starting. Williams, it makes sense. We're from the Mercedes Academy. So here we go. And we are choosing Albon as our teammate.
Finally, let's do this for real. Sorry it took so long. You know what these legal types are like? Yes, sir. No, sir. Here's 80 pages of needless jargon, sir. Anyway, Believe it or not, this is my excited face. Come on, come on. Let me show you what we've got. So, all the usual stuff, merchandising, likeness, blah, blah, blah. But the really juicy stuff is their expectation of you. They need you to challenge yourself all season, be the best you can be, dominate your teammate, become a legend. All that jazz. Now, it's over to you.
It is time to make it official. We are going to be signing our contract for Williams, and I think I'm going to be putting up my goal of rating maybe to what they say 79, 80. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach 80, not quite sure, but I think I'm going to go with 79 just to play it safe. I don't want to make any bad decisions. And now, here we go. Time to sign our contract for our very, very first Formula 1 team. So here it is. This is going to be our home and hub of F124 career mode for the entirety of my career until I decide it is time to retire, and that will probably be when the next game comes out, let's be honest. But if you guys have enjoyed this Formula 2 prologue, make sure you go down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so you don't miss the next episode, which will be our very first race in Formula 1, our debut. Hope you guys enjoyed.